Let's have a big hand and welcome Mr. Turcotte! Thanks, everybody. A little bummed out. I'm old. I'm old as fuck. I mean, compared to these guys in the back. I'm 44. They call that middle age. Bullshit, because there's no way I'm making it to 88. Not with what I got going on up here. I'll be lucky if I make it through the weekend. Yeah, laugh it up. I think about death a lot. I think about dying constantly. And I noticed that you always hear about an untimely death, right? Like Philip Seymour Hoffman had an untimely death. Chris Farley had an untimely death. You never hear about a timely death, do you? Nobody ever dies right on time. I want to be that guy. One of these days, good people of Maine are going to turn on their televisions and hear, local comedian Mark Turcotte died today. Before he passed, he kissed his wife and kids goodbye. He cleared his internet history and spent the family savings on hookers and Jaeger bombs. That guy died right on time. Good for him. One more day, he'd have been in big trouble. Sometimes you're put in the position of having to react to the death of someone you don't know. Like if a friend or a coworker has a death in their family and they tell you about it. I don't know about you guys, but the amount of sympathy that I provide is inversely proportional to the age of the deceased. I'll give you an example so you don't have to do any math. Hey, you want to go out for lunch? Oh, I can't. My cousin died. She was 26. Oh my God, that's terrible. She's so young. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. I feel so bad. Just call me anytime. I'll be there for you. Or you got this. Hey, you want to go out for lunch? Oh, I can't. My grandfather died. He was 97. What about tomorrow? Should be over it by then. He's lived a full life. I don't want to put any pressure on you, but I got a coupon at Outback Steakhouse that expires this weekend. So let's make a decision here. My dad's an interesting guy. He has a lot of favorite sayings now. One of them is, "That's how they get you." Like he thinks the whole world's up to get. Like, yeah, I signed up for that DirecTV. $29.95 a month for the first 6 months. Then they jack it up to $90. That's how they get you. Bought a hammer on eBay for $5. Cost me $10 for shipping. That's how they get you. And he's got another favorite saying. The list goes on, but he never uses it in the right context. He could go, I like all the presidents on Mount Rushmore. Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, Lincoln. The list goes on. No, it doesn't, Dad. That list has a finite end to it. Spent so much money providing for you kids, you, your sister. The list goes on. Dad, what are you talking about? Are you telling me you've been spending money providing for other kids while we were growing up? That's how they get you. He's great at giving advice too. When my son was in 4th grade, he decided he didn't want to go to school anymore. So he came downstairs, sat at the kitchen table, all defiant. Not going to school today, Dad. I'm having this argument with him. And during this argument, my dad calls. He's like, hey, what are you doing? This is Right now I'm having an argument with Max. He doesn't want to go to school anymore. My dad goes, well, make him go. Dad, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm explaining to him how important it is that he gets dressed and gets on the bus. Make him go. I thought about it. I was like, oh yeah, Dad, you can't beat your kids anymore. You can't. That's a big no-no now. They'll put you in jail for that now. And after a long pause, I hear, fucking Obama. He's not a fan. Getting sick in my house was no fun growing up. We only had one kind of medicine. That was NyQuil. Dad would give you NyQuil for anything. Got a cough? NyQuil. Got a sneeze? NyQuil. Getting on my nerves? Fucking NyQuil. Why wouldn't he? That stuff's like 90 proof. Right? First thing he'd do with the new bottle of NyQuil, he'd take off that protective wrapper and throw that away, right along with the measuring cup. Nobody's going to tell my dad how much medicine to give his kid. He'll figure that out on his own through trial and error. So he'd just fill up a Dixie cup. Just like 5 times the dosage. I'm 8 years old, I go from a head cold to a coma in 4 seconds. He puts me to bed on Monday, wakes me up on Thursday. Time to go to school. A month later, for show and tell, my friends are bringing in baseball cards and model airplanes. I got my 30-day sobriety chip from my AA meetings. Not a good scene. Not a good scene. I'm a happily married guy. I've been married to the same wonderful woman for 20 years. She still tells her mom that I have a lot of potential. Fool them both. I don't have any interest in online dating, but it does fascinate me. Seen those commercials for Christian Mingle? You guys seen that? You guys seen that? Online dating for the holy and the horny. Yeah. I got curious, so I researched Christian Mingle. And to be fair, I also researched some other online dating sites, just for a goof, right? The other sites are not like Christian Mingle. The other sites got you covered. Whatever you're into, same sex, little people, power tools, farm animals. I don't know what you like here in Cambridge. But Christian Mingle, 3 options. Men seeking women, women seeking men, and men and women seeking eternal damnation. That's all you got. You know, a lot of people think a woman who signs up for Christian Mingle will be really shy and boring. I think just the opposite. This woman believes a man walked on water. She believes a man parted the Red Sea. She believes a man rose from the dead. This woman has imagination just waiting to be exploited. And I think men can use that to their advantage. Honey, I talked to God last night. You want your friend Lisa to come over? Let's make this Holy Trinity happen. I'm unemployed now. It's hard to escape the shame and the embarrassment of being unemployed. Even like when we're doing our taxes, my wife uses TurboTax. It's a great program. She's been using it for years. They ask a lot of yes or no questions, you know. So a few months ago, she's doing our taxes, and TurboTax goes, "Our records indicate that Mark and Sherry Turcotte were employed full-time last year. Is this information still accurate?" And she clicked no. And TurboTax goes, "It was Mark, wasn't it?" She clicked yes. TurboTax goes, "Are you going to leave him?"
TurboTax goes, he's standing right behind you, isn't he?